she broke it.
Yeah, so that's why they had to wait 40 years for him to be old enough to be the fucking prime minister.
By not breaking it,
He's not born.
he's not born.
Or he's not evil. Or
No,
like,
this is how you do a Doctor Who filler episode, dude. You make everything mean nothing and everything mean everything all at once. Fucking hate Doctor Who.
it's the best, man.
Ugh.
I love it.
I fucking hate it.
Get my fucking cardboard TARDIS.
I thought it was cool, before all this hype of Doctor Who was. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. You know, guy traveling through time and space.
Yeah.
Now it's just like a trope of its own self.
Oh yeah.
You know.
It's been out for 60 years.
Yeah, but you jump the shark so many times, and there's just so many sharks you can jump.
I guess.
You know.
No.
Yeah, they've tried everything. They made him a girl. They made him a boy. They made him in between. They made him old. They made him young. They're done, dude. They really have
60
nothing.
60 years, man. 60 years.
No, they're done, dude.
60
When
years.
their plot is very, predictable, when I could predict a plot to a show, and that I obviously don't really see, it's done.
60 years, man.
Worthless.
They got that Disney money now, so.
I don't know. I just remember watching it when I used to be young, and it used to be like sick days and shit, and PBS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These PBS was always weird because they would always like rotate to the whole like the
Seasons.
same fucking 50 episodes.
Yeah.
Like,
You'd have one doctor 1 hour, the second, third, or the fifth doctor
Yeah.
the next hour.
no,
Yeah, you never know where you're coming from.
you wait long enough and it's the same episodes back to back.
It was the Dragon Ball Z
Yeah,
issue.
yeah.
It's the same thing,
Mhm.
And now we have fresh new episodes, like people I don't really care about.
Yeah. You don't want to see the baby one?
Nope.
It's gonna be cool.
Nah, nope.
It's gonna be cool.
Nah, I'm cool.
It's gonna be cool.
That's all right.
It's gonna be fun.
That what is it? That doctor everyone likes? What's his name? Tenen.
Yeah, everyone loves him.
I don't like him as a doctor.
He's the best.
There is a Call of Duty game that he comes out in.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
As a doctor?
as a type of
okay, yeah.
as him, pretty much
Well,
himself.
he's a voice actor. Yeah,
He's a voice
yeah,
actor,
yeah,
and
yeah.
the character just looks like him.
Oh, it's funny.
And he's the most funniest character in the whole game. He comes out with him. It's him. I forgot who the lady was. And fucking the Kingpin. No, what's it? Clark Duncan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and there's these two ladies. One of them is also like, not Gal Gadot. Jesus Christ, I'm gonna be racist there. But she has that accent kind of like Gal Gadot. She always came around at that same time.
I don't know.
Yeah. Once I tell you the name, like, that lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. That's the only way I like that guy.
Oh, no, he was like the fucking sassy robot in fucking Asoka. Right?
Not my favorite.
It's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That's the thing I like about.
I like sassy robots as much as the next guy, but this one just didn't have.
That's what I like about the new Star Wars is like the droids have personality and shit. Like the droids are like, they're not just it's not just 3CPO
and R2D2, and they have sassy gay relationships and shit. Yeah, I get it.
Like was it Asoka? Yeah, Asoka. Right when they were like, gonna fucking court martial her or whatever, and then like 3CPO showed up, and then like
remember me?
And then that one dude was like, "We can't take the word of this random droid." And what's his name? Fucking Chopper. And he was like, "Hey,
you don't know.
That's 3CPO." Like,
man's a legend. He led the droid rebellion. Oh wait, that's not canon anymore.
No.
I forgot about that.
Star Wars Legends now.
Yeah, it's a legend. Yeah, it's not. Droid rebellion doesn't exist.
He was built by Darth Vader.
Oh my god. See, that's a canon.
That's a weird. Like I was talking to him about that, and like, so apparently, I never caught this, but they said that like, because I remember that
right
fucking Jimmy Smits,
yeah.
He says wipe the droid's memory.
Yes, he does.
But someone told me that no, they only wipe 3CPO's memory.
Yeah.
The R2D2 has
kept his memory. Yeah.
But then I'm like, that's confusing though, because like, why wouldn't he have fucking said anything? Like,
dude, the thing about C-3PO, he's a blabbermouth.
Yeah.
R2D2 knows when to keep his mouth shut. I get it, beeps and boops and but he knows when to fucking talk. He knows more is at stake than he lets on.
Yeah.
He's smarter between the both of them. Sure, the other guy's relations and can speak a bajillion languages, but R2D2 knows the fucking mysteries of the fucking universe, dude. There was that one Jedi trash can also, right? I think R2D2 might be one.
Well, he like that was a rumor, right? That like the one that blows up.
Yeah, he had to kill himself.
He killed himself to fucking
sacrifice so he can
R2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He knew.
Yeah.
Use the Force. It makes sense to me. I mean, they did wipe on him C-3PO's memory. R2D2 kept it all. So that means in New Hope, he knew everything. He knew about those kids from day one. When when Luke kissed Leia and Leia kissed Luke.
He was like, hey, knock it off. That's funny.
Yeah. You know, and that's why when there's like a scene where he's like, "Hurry up, R2D2, hurry up!" He goes, "You're as bitchy as your father." Obviously, you'd understand because this beeps and boops.
Like, what?
What are you talking about? Yeah.
Like they fucking Oh, I mean, he had to raise Recipro's memory, right? Because he ended up back in fucking the farm.
Yeah. And he's a blabbermouth. You can't trust him. Yeah. I would never trust the guy.
Did you haven't watched that last one, right? The Rise of Skywalker.
Oh no.
There's a whole like part about that. There's
really?
a whole like section about that.
Do I have to?
No, I'm gonna tell you what it is.
No,
it's pretty funny.
I have to see it. I have to get over myself and just sit down and watch it.
You know those little freaking aliens, the ones that they were trying to fix.
Yeah, the little tiny.
Yeah, they come out in that. Well, one of them comes out. That's the first time we see him.
Well, I mean, they came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
In what, Mandalorian?
Yeah.
Or is the other Boba Fett?
Yeah, Mandalorian. He's trying to rebuild the freaking Taika Waititi robot.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Because it was that you?
Was that you?
Wow, for the first time ever. Oh, because she know what is it anymore said?
Like that dude shows up.
Yeah, so the little one, the main one, I guess.
I don't think it's actually him. I think it's like the same race or whatever. But
Well, they're all good at. Yeah. That's kind of racist.
No, because they're little.
Yeah, but they're
little. They have little hands, so they could I
mean, okay. It's like saying all like Asian people have tiny feet.
Don't they?
Well, I'm the racist here. You can't say that.
You said it.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah, because what's his face too? Like I forgot the name of the race, but like the alien race, but like the dude from the first season of Mandalorian, the one that rode the little camel things. Like they're good at droids too, or some shit, right? Like.
Oh yeah, isn't that the same race?
No, it's different.
The ones that work with the no, those are droids.
Yeah, no, the guy that rebuilt the droid, like it was his because I think in was it Return of the Jedi? Like he's working in the not him, but like his
a version of him.
Yeah, is working in the like when they fucking kill 3CPO. There's a bunch of those guys, like that type of alien.
Oh, yeah. Okay, sure.
Yeah,
it's a bunch of racism up in space. That's all I know. It's like, oh, you're this race, you're gonna be good at fixing cars.
Yeah.
Oh, you're this race, you're gonna be making food the rest of your life. That's horrible.
Why?
I don't know. It just seems like
a lot of aliens in the world, man.
In the universe, it's a big universe.
The one that always got me was like, because I remember watching Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
And fucking Lando's buddy Lobot. No, he's the bald guy with the rope with the. He's got like a fucking.
Oh, the VR thing.
Yeah, like but it's on his back of his head, right?
Yeah.
And so like I was like, what's that dude's deal? Like he's just always there. Like,
they made a figure out of him.
And he controls the fucking the Cloud City and all that, right? So in the freaking the Lando miniseries, they introduce him, and like he's just a regular dude, and then basically like he sacrifices himself for fucking Lando,
right?
And so that's why he's like that at the end, because he's just like.
It was in the Han movie, wasn't it?
Or was no, he doesn't show up. No.
It was in the Han. Because I remember that.
No, it's in the comic.
The comic? Oh, it's in the comic.
It's in the comic, yeah.
Okay, sure. Cause I remember, and so he's just his friend.
But he got fucked over, and like so, like that's why he's not all there anymore. Like he's just his brain is a fucking computer operating system and shit, and like, yeah.
Sure, I believe it.
Messed up, man.
Are you sure it's from that?
Yeah.
All right, I believe it.
Lando's fucked up, man. Lando fucking lets people take hits for him, man.
Take his own fucking ride for a ride.
Yeah.
He didn't they make a movie? This is a Han Solo one, right? With
he comes out.
Childish Gambino. Weren't they gonna make a standalone Lando?
They were gonna make a show. They were gonna make a Disney Plus show. And it just didn't happen.
My Childish Gambino got too powerful.
No, he was down to do it. He was all
really?
Yeah.
Well, in that case, this is America.
That would have been interesting though. Like, that would have been weird.
A Lando show?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I feel like.
Do you think the failure of Han Solo movie made this not happen?
But then even then, like, I don't think that was. It was a good movie. I just think it didn't do well, like box office wise.
It was a fine movie. Yeah. I don't understand what people.
Although, like, I'm always very curious because like, was it Lord and Miller, the guy that did the Spider-Verse? They were originally writing and directing that movie.
Oh.
And then Disney sent producers or whatever, and they were like, "What the fuck is this?" Like, 'cause they were making it like a comedy or some shit.
A comedy.
Yeah. And
the Han movie.
Yeah. And so that's why. They fucking course corrected. They brought in Ron Howard to fucking do it, right? And so like, but apparently they shot like almost 2/3 of the movie, and they had to reshoot it, like, you know, like, and then they recast because because Paul Bentley plays that gangster at the end.
Yeah.
And it was that one dude from freaking Borak Empire, the guy with the big scar across his face.
Talking his face like that. He had half his face blown off.
Yeah, no, he had a scar. And he was in
Yeah, a scar.
The Wire. He was in The Wire. I forgot his name.
Not the guy with the face blown off, but he had a scar.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I forgot his name, but he was originally cast as that gangster, and they shot stuff with him, and fucking Ron Howard replaced him with Paul Bentley, and because he said that Paul Bentley was his like lucky charm, whatever, because he puts him in everything.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm real curious. They should release that shit though. Like, I'm curious to see what that was like.
Release the Snyder cut, the Opie cut,
the Lord and Miller cut.
Yeah, I guess it'd be totally different.
Yeah,
a lot of scene missing. Well, it means 2/3 done. What happened to the extra 1/3?
They canned them by then. Like I think in the modern age of like streaming and everything, like why don't they do that? Like, you know, like
multiple versions of the same shit.
Yeah, like fucking what's it called, the Back to the Future? What's his name?
The Biff one?
No, the remember they shot it with Eric Stoltz?
Oh right, like again 2/3 of the movie done.
And then they had to reshoot the whole thing because
Well, they always wanted Marty McFly. They always wanted James Fox, whatever.
Yeah, but like, dude, like, where's that footage?
It's out there.
Like, fucking no. I mean, like, they should fucking. People would fucking watch that shit.
No, I wouldn't.
I would.
You would.
I'm very curious.
I'm not. I'll wait for the YouTube short. I'll wait for that snippet they show me on YouTube, and I'll be like, okay.
It'd be interesting, man.
I'm not.
It'd be interesting.
Like if they told me, oh, there's a whole other version of insert movie here, I probably wouldn't be interested as.
You know, there's a 4-hour cut
of Snack Snyder's Justice League.
Yeah, with that, there's a 4-hour cut of Trains, Planes, and Automobiles.
Yeah,
and then they had to cut it down to 2 hours.
No, but there is an actual version of. There's a 4-hour version of this movie.
Yeah.
That's
well,
the difference.
the what do you call it? The footage. It's weird because I was reading about this thing. So like when they put it on TV for the first time, because they had to cut it for the commercial breaks or whatever. It was too short. So they added like scenes from that 4-hour cut into the TV version. So if you watch it on TV, it's different than the theatrical cut.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, that I didn't know.
Yeah.
Because I've seen it in TV, and I know I've seen like the extended version of it, and then there's a remake version of it, and then there's a remake version of it, and then there's a Cruel World or fucking Rat Race.
Yes. Or the. Who was it? Like Will Smith and I forgot who it was. Will Smith and somebody. They were gonna remake it, right? And it was just like
never happened.
Why?
I mean, I like the idea and the concept of the movie. It's funny, but because it's kind of what we're going through now. You know, it's the digital rat race, if you will. You know.
But then that movie is so sad though, because then you realize at the end, like, oh, his wife's dead. Like, I'm like, oh.
What was he doing for his wife?
He has nowhere to go. Oh, no. Where's he going to spend Thanksgiving?
With Uncle Buck. I don't know.
It's a good movie.
It's all right.
It's a good movie.
It was a good movie when it came out.
So it still holds up.
Think so?
Oh, yeah.
I haven't watched it in a while.
I watched it last Thanksgiving.
I haven't watched it in a while. I just remembered it was pretty perturbing.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
John Candy, man.
John Candy. Uncle Buck.
Yeah. And Steve Martin.
Oh, yeah. Uncle Steve.
Yeah. Brazos. What was his name? And the fucking...
Brazos.
Brazos.
What the fuck are you talking about? Yeah. When's that coming back?
Next month.
No shit.
Yeah.
Are we
no,
done?
August. I think the beginning of August.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's still next month.
No, we're not in June yet.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think The Bear comes out at the end of June. And then something comes out in July. And then,
What month are we in?
We're in May still.
What the fuck happened to May? Didn't it just start?
Yeah.
How is it ending?
Free Comic Book Day was like...
Last week.
No.
Free Comic Book Day was last week.
No.
Wait, what was last week?
Nothing.
No, last week it's the Candle Guy.
No, that was 2 weeks ago.
And then the week before that was Comic Book Day, Free Comic Book Day?
No, it was nothing.
And the week before that was King of...
Yeah.
Where the fuck have I been for last month?
Yeah.
All right, you know what? I wasn't gonna say anything, but I think I've what is it? Traveled to another freaking meeting. Another.
It's possible.
Because I'm gonna tell you a couple of things. At work, all of a sudden I'm in charge of this of the stuff that I'm not gonna say, but I'm in charge of it. And I'm like, wait, you guys never trained me in this? Yeah, we did. We've been trained for the last month. I'm like, no, I haven't. I have no idea what I'm looking at here. Yeah. And they're like, well, you better be ready by Friday because my boss is leaving. Yeah. You better be ready for Friday. I'm like, no. Well, you're gonna have to come in tomorrow for a training. I'm like, no, I'm not coming in for training. I never learned this. You guys never told me this. I'm not gonna do this. Yeah. Okay, cool. You know, they're like, you're acting weird. That's weird. We were in training. Yeah. What the fuck? All right. Woke up, right? Pain on my back, right? Pain. I have a gash on my right side. Yeah. Came out of nowhere. I don't remember getting it. But day or two before, I was walking around shirtless in my house, and I didn't have any slashes or anything like that. Yeah. Woke up this morning, big ass slash on my back. Where'd I get it? I can't remember. It just came out of nowhere.
Freddy Krueger.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I asked my mom. You know. Yeah. Check it. I say, it looks like someone scratched you. I'm like, okay. But then I took a picture. I'm like, but this looks old. This looks like it's been healing for weeks now, or at least, days. Yeah. And there was no sign of it prior to like 2 days before.
Interesting.
Yeah. Interesting. So my conscience moved into a different timeline, different thing. Nice. Similar to mine, but a little bit different.
Yeah, but different.
Yeah. So. That's just weird, man. Yeah. I gotta stop doing that.
It happens.
I gotta stop doing that. No. It doesn't happen.
Happens all the time.
Fuck a dog, dude. I swear to God. They keep messing with me this way. Yeah. And I don't know what's what. One day I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna be like married to 10 kids and shit, and I'm be like, what the fuck, universe? I don't want to be there.
It might happen.
Yeah, that's the one where I take myself out.
No, you can't do it.
I have to.
You can't do it.
Think of the children. Fuck them. They're not mine.
Yeah, they are, though.
No, they're not.
Technically, they are.
No, they're not.
In some reality, they are.
No, they're not. In some reality, yeah, not mine.
Well, that's the reality you live in now.
I don't want to live here anymore.
You just gotta accept it.
Is Obama still president?
No.
Who's president now?
Joe Biden. And I was like, wait a minute.
See, you didn't even know what timeline you're at. I'm telling you, timelines are weird.
Never tell you one time I went to sleep. I had a dream that I was in a movie theater, and I watched the movie.
The whole movie.
The whole movie.
You can remember what movie?
No, I remember I remember the whole thing of the movie, and I woke up and I had to Google search. I couldn't find that movie.
Was it like American Ninja?
No, it was like this homeless like Wolverine dude, and he tied like bottles to his wrist, and he broke them, and he said he had claws.
It's called The Gray.
And he was fighting like criminals, like
hobo with a shotgun.
Kind of, but he had like broken bottles on his arms,
like Liam Neeson in The
No,
Gray.
not between the two, like full bottles around his wrist.
How does that work?
I don't know.
He's just making shit up.
But then he was like just like stabbing people
with a bottle. So he put his fist through a bottle and then broke it.
The bottle, like the neck of the bottle, was on his wrist.
That's what I'm saying.
So the fat part was like
coming out,
and then he would break it. So,
yeah,
so
it
like
was sharp. Yeah, it'd be like a little holes, punching holes. Yeah. But how did he put his hand in there?
Put his hand in what?
In the bottle.
He didn't put his hand. It was wrapped around.
That makes no sense. Why would you do it?
like this?
Yeah, that's cumbersome. That's not even Wolverine wouldn't even do that. That's very cumbersome.
That's how it worked.
That's how you know it's a fake movie. It's logically ill sound.
Most movies are.
No, it's not.
Yes, they are.
There's a movie called Deadpool. It's coming out. It sounds so realistic.
Exactly right. There's a movie called Oppenheimer. It's ridiculous.
Nuclear bombs. We don't have that technology.
No.
Sorry about 1954. Yeah. We're gonna be apologizing for the rest of our lives for that.
Why? Oh, Oppenheimer?
Yeah.
Wasn't my fault.
Yeah.
What kind of thing?
I mean, we didn't have to steal those German scientists.
No,
we
had to do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
We wanted to go to the moon.
We did.
Yeah.
Allegedly. Sorry. Yeah. That's another thing. One time I came into a place where the moon didn't exist.
No.
You ever been there?
No, the moon exists.
The moon doesn't exist there. Perpetual darkness. You ever seen that?
No.
Fucking name, man.
That's neat.
Weird. No, it's not. All you see is stars and no sun. It's like everything's illuminated around you.
Oh,
but
neat.
like straight black ahead of you. Fucking weird, man.
Oh.
You don't want to be there.
Oppenheimer.
I'm telling you, the guy messed things up for everybody.
He did.
he created the first paradox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got that bomb and
Yep.
you know,
Created the first paradox.
created kaiju in other dimensions.
And then we had to get Charlie Hunnam to go fucking fight him.
Go fight him.
Thanks, Guillermo.
What if that was the twist of that movie? Like, you know, like those that fucking gateway was caused by Oppenheimer dropping the bomb and creating monsters, but also ripping a tear in reality. So these monsters were going to another, you know,
The universe, our universe, to stop us from having cancer or whatever.
Stop it, right?
You just gotta scream it really loud. It's cayenne, lemon juice, or what else?
And they started freaking blasting them.
Yeah. People don't know what we're talking about anymore.
No, they don't. They really don't. Did they ever?
I don't know, man. I'm gonna start asking people, do you know what we're talking about? Or do we have to put disclaimers after every conversation?
I think we do, you know.
And in that conversation, we currently discuss...
We're going to do commentary tracks on the...
Yeah. Nuclear holocaust.
It's horrible.
Horrible. Talking about Germans, Nazis. Illinois Nazis.
Yeah. Crow 30th anniversary.
You're the only one excited for that.
I'm not excited. I'm not going to do it. I watched it on fucking...
but you sound excited for it. You know you're going to...
No, I'm not excited about it. It's just one of those things where you're like, 30 years? What the fuck? Like...
Yeah. And first of all, 30 years. But second of all, you're like the biggest Crow fan I know.
I'm not the big... When I was like 12.
And sometimes you got to do those inner things to satisfy your inner child.
I don't know. See, that's the thing. I watched it a few months ago. It was on Paramount Plus or whatever, and I watched it. I'm like, it's cool. It still holds up.
The first one?
Yeah.
Okay.
It still holds up. Soundtrack is still cool, you know. But there's a couple of things I'm like, that's a little silly. That's kind of dumb. But, you know, like... 2/3
of that movie is silly and dumb.
Yeah.
But no, I mean...
It still holds up.
It's no City of Angels.
No, that was a terrible movie.
Yeah.
That was a terrible movie. Fucking Iggy Pop was one of the fucking bad guys.
Dude, Iggy Pop is any villain.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, he has that body structure for...
That weird fucking...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I do meth on the side.
Yeah. I'm a bad guy.
I'm a bad guy.
No, you know what's funny too? I hadn't seen The Crow in a long time, and I was like, "Fuck, this is way darker than I remembered it." Because like, they didn't just kill fucking. They killed him.
Yeah, they knocked him out the building.
And all that. But then like they raped his girlfriend.
Oh
like,
yeah,
and all of them. Like I was like, "Holy shit!"
Hey, rape was a big thing in the 80s, yo.
The early 90s.
Early 90s, yeah. Remember this movie called Death Wish?
Oh yeah.
All right, that's all I'm saying.
But I was like, "Wow, this shit is fucking dark, man."
Yep. Yeah, rape was a thing back in the... I mean, how do you get a guy to become a vengeful fucking spirit? Yeah. You kill his mother or you fucking rape his girlfriend? Horrible. But this was what people were writing back in the 80s. Well, I mean, this is the movies we watched as a child. You know, as children.
I watched the other day. I was talking to someone about like movies that don't hold up, or like they mean different shit now. Like, you know, like because
of the implications.
Yeah, was it Falling Down?
Oh,
like I was talking to someone about that movie, and I was like you know, the crazy thing about that movie was like you couldn't put that movie out now because it's very pro gun.
Super.
Yeah, but then also like I feel like the only reason he kills that Nazi. Is to be like, oh, he's not the bad guy. Like he's not a good guy.
But he's not bad.
But he's not the bad guy. You know, like
yeah.
That's the only reason. Like, you know.
Yeah, and there's no okay. You see that now, but back then you're like, oh fuck, he should have.
Well, not only that, like that's the only person he killed in the movie.
Yeah.
And
besides himself,
yeah,
technically.
But like he fucking like he injured a lot of people.
Yeah.
He scared a lot of people, but that was the only guy he killed.
Yeah.
You know, so it was like,
and no big loss.
Yeah, like it's fucking Nazi.
Yeah. So like, if you do that movie now, it would have to be some leftist extremist kind of like hippy dippy guy breaking down, going to see that guns are cool now, or you know, or they, you know.
Did you ever see that movie? What was it called? There's a movie. Bobcat Goldthwait directed it.
Not that smoochie.
But that dude, it was like a dude. He got like he was dying. So he decided to go fucking... He started killing like reality stars and shit.
Yeah.
Was it called God Loves America or something like that?
Or God Hates America?
Something like that. But it was like... Yeah. Like that was an interesting idea, but it was also like... It's that whole like, oh, he went crazy. Crazy. You know, like go to the fucking James Gunn. Was it Super? Rainn Wilson was a superhero and Fucking,
right.
But that was the same thing.
Ellen Page get.
Yeah. But it was just the same thing. Where like he thought he was a superhero, but he was just fucking crazy.
Yeah. And got people killed.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. In that movie, if I remember correctly, he does things to make him believe he's a superhero.
Yeah.
He does things where like, oh, he becomes more and more. He gets more and more involved in his own thing to the point where like, oh, let's bring him all the way back to the beginning and be like, Dick, no. No. She had a head full of shells in her head, dude. Or half her face was gone, actually, right?
She got shot in the face. Yeah. In the head,
yeah, and it wasn't real. It was at that point when you're like, oh no, I'm Ray Wilson. I should stay in the office.
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
Yeah. James Gunn.
Yeah.
Wrote and directed that movie.
Yeah, super.
Yeah.
Oh, you wrote it too? Mm-hmm. Horrible. Mm-hmm. Horrible writing.
What did he write? He wrote the Scooby-Doo movies.
Excellent, right?
He wrote that Zack Snyder fucking Dawn of the Dead movie.
On the fence. Yeah. I like that movie, but at the same time, it's kind of like, give me that second part.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That second part was a little more fun.
Yeah.
That first one was like, hey, I guess what you're trying to do here, guy, but... Yeah. The second one wasn't even a zombie movie.
What are you talking about?
The one where they get the story of the locksmith?
No, you're not thinking the Dawn of the Dead. It was the Dawn of the Dead. It was like fucking like the early 2000s. It was a remake of Dawn of the Dead. It was like...
Well, the only one I know is the one that were in the mall.
Yeah, it was a remake of that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're talking about the Las Vegas one, right? With Batista?
Yeah.
No, that's a different movie.
What's the name of that one?
Army of the Dead.
Oh.
Army of the Dead, yeah.
Wait, so what's...
Dawn of the Dead. He did a remake of Dawn of the Dead.
No, which one's Day of the Dead?
Day of the Dead. What is that, a Sci-Fi Network TV show?
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
I am not very good right now with my zombie movies.
Zombies.
Too many zombies. Because there's all the Dawn of the Deads, right?
Yeah.
That's a series one, right? Or the Night of the Living Dead.
Night of the Living Dead.
That's the series one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then it's the Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead was the first one.
The Romero one.
That was the first Romero.
That's the one I remember in the mall.
Yeah.
Ving Rhames.
Yeah, that's the one. That was Zack Snyder and fucking James Gunn.
So that's the second one. That's the second remake.
Yeah.
Okay, because there's the first one where there's the original one in the mall.
Yeah.
Send help, the thing, and all that, right?
Yeah.
The second one had something similar.
Yeah. Well, there was like that dude. He was like an army dude.
Across the thing.
He was like snipering. Fucking,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's the same movie, but like different. Dude, anyways, people still listening?
Zombies.
I dig zombies, but at the same time, it's like too many of that shit to fucking keep in mind.
Yeah.
I'll stick to Night of the Living Bread.
Yeah.
All right. I forgot what we were talking about, but zombies. It came down to zombies.
Oh, did you see the thing? They hired a writer for the X-Men movies.
Yeah.
And he's like the Hunger Games or whatever, but he also he writes a lot of Shakespeare movies.
So Beast is gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Beast is gonna be cool.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like I saw that he was hired, and I saw that his repertoire includes the Hunger Games, and at the same time, I was like,
I think he wrote those last two, and apparently those are the most critically acclaimed ones.
Well, a lot more happens in those two.
Yeah.
The first one's all set up.
Yeah, that's interesting. I think it's that's an interesting way of taking it, because someone was breaking it down and was saying basically he might. It's King Lear and shit. And I'm like, yeah, kind of, I guess, but
man, just when you think you're out of fucking the Shakespeare phase, they bring you back in there with X-Men.
The X-Men, yeah.
I don't know.
See, that's a big that's a big task because after X-Men 97, everyone loves that and that's the
they're gonna compare it to.
Yeah, they're gonna compare it to it, and you're like, oh, that's hard, man. It's just get that dude.
Well, look at what happened after the last X-Men. We ended up with X-Men Evolution and all those types of edgier, more X-Men, less leotards and more
goth, fucking rogue. And
goth rogue, all pasty and white because she doesn't get no sun for some reason. And she's not as southern.
Yeah,
as,
she's goth.
Yeah,
Like Morrissey.
Yeah. Was there a Gambit in that one?
Yeah,
towards the end,
but
right?
he was a minor character. He was not a bad guy, but he would come out and he was they always dealing with shit. He was stealing shit, and they had to
he was their Nelson, Nelson Muntz and shit. Yeah.
But the weird thing about him, I always thought was fucking Phil Lamar did his voice, and it was basically Hermes from fucking Futurama.
Woman.
Yeah. And I was like, I didn't like it.
Yeah, I like Hermes though.
Yeah.
I remember vaguely X-Men Evolution.
Yeah. And then like Wolverine the X-Men was like an unofficial sequel to that, like
Yeah,
because same art style, but it was like, oh, it's more of adult X-Men, and like, you know,
it had nothing to do with the previous characters.
not
at all.
really,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's the same designs, I think though.
But they all came off because of the super movies. You know,
Yeah, no.
Wolverine and the X-Men because people love.
Well, yeah, that's the worst kind of synergy there is though. 'Cause it's like, what's
What are you
it?
talking about? The best.
Like there was a cartoon, Avengers cartoon called Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
I love that one.
So fucking good.
Yeah.
And then like the movies came out and they're like, Marvel is the Avengers, and it was just like, we're the guys from the movie.
Pretty much.
And we're goofy, and like I'm like, ugh.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
They fucked you over, man.
Yeah.
I can't say anything about it because I really enjoyed those first 2 seasons, and then like I said, the movie came out, and that last season was kind of like
Yeah. No, they switched it. They switched it to fucking Earth's Mighty.
Marty's here. That's when the third season.
No, Earth's Mighty Hero was like the main series, and then and they switched it to Marvel's The Avengers. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And it was supposed to be like this weird, like I think someone said that like they use the same voice actors, so like there's like continuity of like it's supposed to be the same.
But they were in different outfits, dude.
And
like
the art style different,
totally different. What's her name? The Wasp who looked like a wasp in the original one. She had a cute little outfit, and the other one's like, oh,
yeah,
let's make it more movie friendly.
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah, I mean,
And when they do shit like that,
if you want to change that shit, become an executive producer.
it's never gonna happen, man. Yeah,
You have to have the money and the clout to say, I don't want this.
I don't want this. Fuck this.
Fuck this shit.
Fuck this.
Make it more like Jim Food.
Yeah. Oh man, imagine. No, so that's the problem though. With, like shit like that, because then you get like cool stuff like that. Like I wasn't a big fan of it, but like that Devil Dancer, that Moon Girl Dancer cartoon.
That was fun.
Like the art style was cool.
Yeah.
And, like I get what they're trying to do, but then like. What happened with that shit? Especially animation, because like it's like it takes so long that they have to like greenlight 2 seasons or whatever.
Yeah.
And then like the second season, they just fucking bury that shit. Like it's just like
They decided
it's there somewhere if you can find it. You know, like
it's in between Club Disney and some other shit you're not watching. Either.
That's the thing that sucks, man. Like I remember like, there was that Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon. I kind of dug that.
I don't like that one.
And then it was like the last season was just like hidden. You had to like go fucking dig for that shit. And I was just like, ugh.
I didn't like that Ultimate Spider-Man.
They're pretty fun, man. Iron Fist and Luke Cage and White Tiger.
Yeah.
And,
it felt like a team effort.
Yeah, that was the whole idea.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Spider-Man's a loner, though.
No, man.
Brooding
He's
loner.
a team.
No.
Amazing friends.
I give you amazing friends. But that's because they understood him. You know, they're both loners. Bobby and Starfire, they're like both kind of loners in their own aspect. Yeah.
They're mutants.
Yeah. I understand his segregation. Well, at one point, Spider-Man was going to be a mutant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to explain to John the other day because she was talking about how like, well, we were talking with this one guy and he was talking about how, like it's always confusing in Marvel comics. It's like, especially when Spider-Man and the freaking X-Men exist in the same universe. Like, why do people fucking love Spider-Man but hate mutants? And because he's not a mutant, he's a fucking mutate. You know, like he was mutated.
Yeah, he mutated.
But then it was like, but then he was like, but do the general public even know that? And I'm like, I mean, I guess that's a good point. You know.
Yeah. Well, it's. What was it? And I forgot, but it woke in his dormant friggin' X gene or whatever you want to call it.
Well, that's what
that was explained there. Yeah.
Well, explained it later on with the whole like eternal stuff. I was saying that that's basically
everyone has it.
Humanity is a big celestial experiment, and then like that's where mutants come from. That's where fucking
everything comes from.
Yeah.
What's that sound by the way?
The water cooler.
I could hear it on my microphone. That's neat.
Yeah.
That means it's cold water, huh?
Yeah. I mean, because technically, if you go with that logic, like Bruce Banner's a fucking mutant, and and what's her face, Jennifer Walters, because because he literally says like the reason why they're able to turn to Hulks is because it's something in their genes where like it allows them to
expand their cells and all that.
What's it called?
Transmutate?
Yeah, transmutate gamma radiation. Like their genes could fucking do that shit.
Yeah,
that's a fucking mutation.
What is it? It was they could instantly turn on the radiation and expands their cells or whatever it was. I remember reading, and their cells just and because they're expanding, the stress and turns them green.
Yeah. Well, so they had to change it because like originally like that was the thing. Like, he just turned into fucking right.
Yeah.
And they had changed like, oh no, he takes a serum and he does this and that. And you're like, I guess.
Yeah. Different strokes, different folks.
Yeah.
Well, at one point he takes a serum, becomes Joe Fix. At one point he becomes different. There's so many different versions of the Hulk. Mm-hmm. And at the end, they all become maestros.
Yeah. Like there was a Warren Ellis did a Ultimate Hulk versus Ultimate Iron Man, I think. And that was kind of gross because like, Warren Ellis is very into like biology and shit. And so he did this whole thing where like when he turns into the Hulk, like his body is literally creating new bone structures to fucking like to be able to hold the muscles or whatever, right? But then like Tony's like, well, where the fuck does it go when you turn back to Banner, right?
Yeah.
And you find out that when you turn back to Banner, the fucking bones break down and they turn into fucking like liquid essentially, and it just comes out of his pores and shit. And so,
you know what? That's very what do you call that? Attack on Titan.
yeah,
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And it comes out of his pores, and it's just like ugh.
You ever seen Attack on Titan? No. Okay, well, in the Attack on Titan, the same thing. There's these Titans, right?
Yeah.
Well, later on in the season, we find out they're actually humans who transform into these giant ass Titans. But same thing, their whole bones and everything break apart, and
that makes sense.
And they become that. And then when they return back to normal, all you see is steam. Like they become like they become a puddle of goo and steam.
Excess, fucking
yeah. So in other words, they're Hulks.
Yeah.
Thanks, Japan, stealing another one on our concept.
God damn Japan. I think I always find it funny because I remember during the pandemic I watched My Hero Academia, and I was like, I enjoy it, but they also like I remember that first scene I was thinking like, oh, this is what Japan thinks superheroes are.
Yes,
it's funny.
That's right?
like
yeah, pretty much. You got a little Asian kid who pretty much idolizes the Western, hero who wants to be just like him. Yeah, it's fun. Have you watched the new season yet?
Yeah.
It came out.
Yeah.
I'm still 3 episodes behind.
Oh man.
Yeah. They told me well, it's not my fault. They started off with a recap of 4 episode recap.
Yeah.
Horrible. Like they think I would forget what happened last year. Yeah. Midoriya went crazy. Fucking took on the whole JLA. I mean the whole Hero Academia.
Yeah.
Beat the shit out of him.
Shit, man.
Until they all give him one big hug.
He's like,
okay. I just want to be a hero.
That's all he wants to do, man.
I get it, dude. I get it. But, I mean, why couldn't they just let him be a lone hero?
He would have died.
It's his prerogative.
He would have died.
It's his prerogative.
Fucking All Might couldn't live with that shit, man.
It's his fault.
Yeah, totally his fault.
It's wholly his fault, dude. He said, I have potential. You have potential, kid. I'm going to make you a star.
Yep.
Fuck them over. All I know is the last season ended, because I was watching the recap, like I said, ended with a girl All Might.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
Oh.
Supergirl comes to
town? You need
to
see. Yeah. It's pretty fucking rad.
Well, like I said, I watched the recap, so that's where I'm at, and that's how it ended, the recap, with a Supergirl or Supergirl All Might.
Stars and Stripes?
Yeah.
Stars and Stripes, yeah.
Is that what was her name?
That's her name, yeah.
Is it Stargirl?
No.
Is it Supergirl?
I can't even tell you.
Oh, okay, never mind.
It's one of those things that, like, I can't even say, like, oh, it's this, because...
I'll get it right.
No. I don't think it exists.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, when they explained it, I was like, oh, shit, that's kind of crazy.
It's his wife. That'd be funny. They share the power because they're married.
Because they're married. But it's like, it's very... Like, that's the thing, like... Again, not to give anything away, but, like, in the latest episode, they reference one of the movies.
No.
So I'm starting to think that, like, it's starting to become important.
Oh, shoot.
Because the Two Heroes is on Hulu now.
Okay.
So I think they're going to start putting those movies out because I think they're going to be important.
I hate Two Heroes.
It's pretty fun.
Is that 2 Heroes where he shares a power, or what's his name?
No. Two Heroes is the one when they go to the island, and it's like the hero convention, whatever.
Okay, no, that one's fine. That one's fine.
Yeah.
The one I hate was the one where they share the power.
Yeah.
And the one that came after that when he meets that guy like a whistle?
The little bird.
Yeah. What's his power? My fucking bird.
Yeah. But the bird, like, is his conscious or something, right? Like, yeah.
So if it dies, the bird keeps living?
No, that's the thing.
I don't know. It was so weird.
He couldn't lie because the bird would be like, Is
it lion cat? Yeah. Yeah, I don't like
that
one. I didn't like that one either.
Well, that one was weird because that one, like, it opens... Where
the best fucking scene ever, dude. Like a Black Ops shit, driving out the fucking plane.
But that one felt the closest connected to the series because it was like literally was like, oh, they were working with fucking Endeavor,
Orca,
and all that shit. And I was like, oh, cool. And then I was like, oh no, it's its own weird little thing.
Yeah.
You know?
So now that you're saying it, though, there might be canon.
I think so.
So this might have been.
There's 2 things in the last 4 episodes, or whatever, that like are movie references.
As long as it's not the gauntlets from the first one, I'm okay.
Kind of. You'll see.
Oh, my God.
You'll see.
Those OP fucking gauntlets from the first movie, dude?
Kind of. Like, they make reference to something, and then I'm like, wait, is that? No. Like,
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
If Dragon Ball were to have done that, I think it would have been happier, right? Because, we would have found out what happened to fucking Icarus and shit.
Dead.
Fuck off.
Dead.
It can't be dead.
Dead. There's gonna be that one scene where they're gonna be like in Bulma's fucking house, or whatever,
and the bones are right there.
Yeah, right.
Or he's stuffed in the corner.
Yeah, right. Like, Icarus, no.
Oh, my best friend. Oh, they only lived like 10 years, son. I'm sorry.
And Gohan starts whistling.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that. Jesus Christ.
When he comes out like in the first movie, right? A Tree of Might.
Yeah.
And then fucking, what's his face? Torless, whatever. They fucking blasts his ass.
Survives though.
But that's what makes him go crazy. He's like, you killed Icarus. He's like, but he's like, he's alive. He's fine.
He's still alive.
He's fine.
He's alive for at least 3 movies, right?
Yeah, because there's that one episode. Was that the Tree of Might too? Or like, where the forest burns down?
I think it might be true.
And then he like finds them, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, because then there was the Lord Slug one was when Gohan's like whistling and Icarus is dancing and Piccolo's like, like.
I can't stand your whistling. It's too adorable. I can't take it.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah. But yeah, no, there's a couple things that I'm thinking like, oh, the movies are gonna be important now. I think so.
All right, cool.
It's smart, I guess. Like, like you make an event out of these movies, you might as well like fucking get the payoff.
Get payoff. Thank you. Yeah, that's the only thing I was gonna say. There's only one thing for those movies, and
because the Dragon Ball did the same thing. Like when all the Super movies were like canon up until the last one, they're just like it's not canon anymore. It was like that's stupid.
Well, all those Super movies were just rehashes of the episodes, or
vice
versa.
Well, but like because the Super ended, and then the Broly thing,
right? And
that picked up right where because they were like, oh, we found that tournament, and then so it was like it picked up right there. So like, to me, I feel like that's a continuation of Super, right? Like
Yeah, it's what I guess the most equivalent thing is to Westerners, the South Park one-off episode season, one-off season.
Yeah,
this is the same thing. Yeah. It's a one-off season. It's just in the movie.
Yeah.
Another thing was in the movie, the animation was different than the episodes.
Yeah, they did that weird CG color, cell shaded thing. Yeah, like it's cool. Like it doesn't bother. I know a lot of people like are very traditional and get all upset about it, but it doesn't bother me.
You know what? It didn't bother me at all, the CG, because I know there's style choice and it's easier to animate quicker, blah 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 blah. Until they did it to Berserk.
No.
And they decided, oh, you know what? Let's continue the story for Berserk, but let's make it all that weird 3D shit.
Just quicker,
and it's just quicker and everything, but it suffered so bad, dude. And now it's just like, you can't do that to my guy Guts. What the fuck?
You gotta do it, man.
No, I refuse. But I hear they're gonna make another season. They're gonna remake Berserk again.
Yeah, money, man.
Well, they gotta fucking justify it. I don't know if they're gonna continue the story, because the story, manga story, goes like 100 and some odd episodes or whatever. But like.
Yeah, I didn't notice it. I started watching it because they finally dubbed it. Was that Trigon reboot?
Oh, really?
And I was watching it, I was like, oh, this is CG.
Yeah.
Like
all of it.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, this is totally CG.
That's why I didn't watch it.
Yeah. It's all right. The only thing is that like it gets to the point way quicker.
Yeah.
Like because the last couple of episodes was one that they talked about the whole thing or who his brother was. Like that shit happened in the first fucking episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You're like, oh, all right.
Yeah, style-wise, I didn't want to watch it, and I heard it's an abridged version of the original one. Yeah. But if they did the same thing, like with what's that one, Full Metal Alchemist? Yeah. They did a Full Metal Alchemist, and they did Brotherhood, which is a Kai version of it, Yeah. So the same thing could have been done with the Trigun. Yeah. Where's my Cowboy Bebop?
You want a Cowboy Bebop?
And CGI, 3D, and
that'd be kind of cool.
No, I don't want it.
That'd be kind of.
No, I don't want it. It's okay.
Make it into the movie.
I'm good.
Takes place in the middle of after the mushroom
During the mushroom.
Yeah.
During the episode of the mushrooms. No, you can't do that.
You can totally do that.
No. Cause we never saw a body. We saw the body.
No, he's not dead.
He's dead.
He's not dead.
He's dead.
I finally finished the fucking live action. I'm like, no, he's not dead.
In the live action, he survived somehow, right?
Yeah, fucking Ed finds him.
Oh, right. That's how they ended it. Yeah.
Ed, it's Ed.
It's all loud, and that's the worst Ed ever. And people just lost their shit because it was horrible.
Yeah. It was all right. Didn't bother me.
It was not that great.
It was all right.
It was not that great.
It's fine.
Could have been better. Could have been better.
It always could be better. But,
it could have been better. No, I mean, it was great. That whole series was fucking great. I love the character that played Jet. I love the guy that played fucking Spike. Even like Faye, dude. Even though it's like, oh no, she's not skinny. She's body positive Faye.
Or she's not fucking Asian or whatever.
Yeah, whatever it was. Whatever. I didn't give a shit, dude. She played the part. Yeah. She played the part she was paid to play. Yeah. Faye. Yeah. I'm a big Faye fan. No. Mm-hmm. I don't like him skinny, but. I'm okay with it, that's what I'm saying,
Well, the thing when you adapt to that, like you try to flesh it out more, and it's like, Like the whole twist of the show about how like it was Vicious wasn't in charge, and it was like Julia. I'm like, I guess like
to expand it a little more, and they made Julie such a vicious character, dude.
Yeah.
Such a fucking. I didn't like her.
Yeah.
At the end of it, you know, was I supposed to?
I don't think so. I thought that was weird. And then again, he doesn't die, so it's like they were planning on doing more.
Yeah.
Because clearly they introduced Ed at the end, so they're planning on doing more.
And Julie was gonna be the villain.
Yeah.
You know, because Vicious is dead.
I think so.
Guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I remember she was gonna be the villain. I remember she was gonna be the villain.
Yeah.
Which made no sense. Because in the original one, didn't she also die?
Yes.
Right.
That's why he goes after him at the end.
Yeah, because he's all pissed off.
He kills her. Yeah.
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 And yeah, fucking best song ever.
No. That show's rough though, man. Fucks you up.
The anime?
Yeah.
I think I need to rewatch.
You know the first episode I ever watched, because it was during the whole Adult Swim thing. I always would miss it. One night I finally got to the first episode I watched was the one where they when Spike takes his ship to get fixed, and then they have to like fucking they have to use the space shuttle to go save those people. And he's like, "Oh, we have this old antique." And
the crane with the
yeah, and they have to do that, and it ends with them like we did it, and Spike's just like, "Oh no, that's the first episode I ever watched."
That's a weird episode to start off.
Yeah, right.
There's no character development. No. There is nothing really hold on to. No. You have to already kind of know.
Yeah, I had no idea what was going on. I was like, "This looks cool."
I didn't even know how I started up with that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a weird episode.
That's the first episode I watched.
Huh.
Yeah.
All right. I'm due for a rewatch.
Yeah. It's good stuff.
Yeah. All right. I'll give you that.
And
live action movies.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it. We can't get anything else.
I suppose we're getting a fucking My Hero Academia movie, like a live action, Netflix.
You know what? I don't want to say anything because that One Piece one was all right.
Yeah.
It wasn't great. It was fantastic. But then they did that other one.
Death Note?
Yeah, and that was not that great. Yeah. You know, they're hit and miss.
Yeah.
They're good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like to see when they try to do live shit. But at the same time, I'm scared.
Yeah.
What was it? Again, going back, Attack on the Titan.
Oh, there's a live action of that, right? Yeah.
Two of them.
Oh, yeah.
They seemed fit to make a sequel to it. With even worse CGI.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. It's horrible.
Well, I think with stuff like that, like you just know, like the fans are gonna come out, like they're gonna complain about it, but they're gonna watch it.
They're gonna watch it.
They're gonna watch it. Like it's just
Yeah, like I hear they're gonna make a Spy X Family. A live action.
Yeah.
I'm like, why? And then I realize there's so many cosplayers playing these characters, and there's enough fan base for it.
Oh yeah,
super fan base for it. I hated this last season of it because they just were in a boat for like the whole fucking season.
You gotta do sometimes.
You ever watch that?
I watched the first 2 or 3 episodes. Yeah. It was interesting. I just didn't keep up with it. I just gotta.
It's just a spy, an assassin, and a telepath. What can go wrong?
Pretending to be a family.
Yeah. What can go wrong? That's it. Like the concept sounded cool.
Yeah.
But as the more I watch it, I mean, I'm hoping like the actual mangas are better. It's just kind of like, come on, guy, you're a spy. You're supposed to be super smart. And you can't fucking figure this out. Yeah. Either you figured it out and playing along, or you're fucking the worst spy in the fucking world. The telepath should know better to fucking just be playing this fucking game because she knows the fate of the world isn't fucking depending on it, right?
Yeah.
The fucking assassin, when she's just a fucking ditz. I'm sorry, she's really hot. That's all I know. And another thing, what came? Oh, you know what came on? I gotta start watching. Also, I know we're talking a lot of mangas and anime. Kaiju number 8 came out in anime.
Oh yeah.
No one told me until like last weekend. My friend Eddie told us, "Hey, you've been watching Kaiju number 8." I'm like, watching?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 10 episodes out or some bullshit or something. And I'm like, okay, I know there was a manga, dude. I don't know. The fucking...
You know what else is out?
What?
The new season of My Adventure with Superman.
Have I been missing that?
2 episodes out so far.
Oh, it's not that bad.
They just
it came out last week, and then
they dropped 2 episodes last Saturday.
Don't they do Wednesday or Thursday?
No, it's like Saturday, I think.
I remember coming here and watching them on Wednesdays.
Yeah, before, but now it's
now it's Friday.
Now it's Well, it comes out on Cartoon Network on Friday, and then on Max on Saturday.
Oh wow, they're doing that.
Yeah,
that's neat. Yeah. I'm okay when they do shit like that because they got to get ratings and all that. Make sure the Nielsen boxes are still working.
I fucking love that show, man. It's such a good show.
I didn't even know it was back, but I'm excited now.
It's one of those shows though. Like I remember telling John about it, how like I know where it's going, or I know like, oh, that's so and so. That has to be so and so. You know, like and then, but then it's like I don't care though. It's still fucking cool. You know?
I don't know. That's. Yeah, you know what? Let me give you a couple more episodes, then I'll watch them. You know?
Like there was like I'm not giving it away, but they were talking to somebody, and then they're like, "Oh, hi, I'm," and then they said, I was like, "Oh," like I'm like, I know where this is going.
Holy shit! Aren't you the? Is her name here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it starts with the because that's the kind of person he is. All right, I'm in.
It's pretty good.
You know, I've always loved that my Superman, my favorite Superman, my buddy Superman,
my adventure Superman,
my best pal Superman,
my adventure Superman.
Jimmy Olsen and his amazing friends.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that one.
You should just do that.
Jimmy Olsen, and Amazing Friends. Just him having adventures. Superman one week, Robin the next, because he wanted to help Batman.
And then you gotta do a very like Silver Age, or like
he turns a giant monkey.
Oh, that too, but no,
he killed Superman one punch.
You gotta do very Silver Age where you gotta have that whole thing where like occasionally he'll team up with Supergirl, right?
Okay,
Superman's busy, and then like he's like, "Oh, thanks, Supergirl," and then she's like, "Why doesn't he love me?" Like, right?
Ooh, classic. Classic. Oh, you can't never love a super pure person like me.
Yeah.
Wasn't that also like kind of like the plot in the movie, the old one?
Kind of, not really. Like she was kind of like she was like, "Oh,
I like Supergirl, not you, Kara."
Yeah.
Or something vice versa.
There's a great fucking Silver Age book where Supergirl gets hit with kryptonite or some shit, and like she loses her powers and she loses her memories. And she loses her memories.
Oh no!
And Jimmy goes to like get the story. Like, oh, there's this woman has amnesia, and he's like interviewing her and shit. And then one thing leads to another, she falls in love with Jimmy.
Oh no!
And they get together. They get married.
Oh, and they have babies.
No. And Superman, he knows, but he's like, Kara's happy now.
Oh,
like, I can't fucking tell her. I can't.
Classic Superman.
Yeah. So then, but then what's happening is, fucking powers come back. Her memories come back, right? And she's like, oh no, and so she's all like, I can't tell Jimmy.
I gotta kill myself
because he'll be intimidated.
What?
And it's gonna mess with his masculinity. Right?
What? Well, this was definitely written over 60 years ago.
And so then what ends up happening was she starts like kind of flirting with him as Superman. He doesn't know. He can't tell the difference. Right? She starts flirting with Supergirl. And so she's like, if he falls in love with Supergirl, then it's okay. And then Jimmy's like, no, Kara, no, Supergirl, I love my wife. And she's like, oh my God. Right?
What am I going to do?
And so then at the end of it, like, she just has to tell him, you know? And she tells him, and he's like, oh, wow. And he's like, we have to get divorced. And she's like, what? Why? And he goes, because you lied to me.
Yeah. You go, guy. You do it, brother. You tell him what's what.
And I was like, wow.
That's right.
Wow, Jimmy.
Stand up for your masculine rights. That's right. You can't be with a lying woman.
He did.
You can't be with a lying woman.
She wasn't lying. She had no memories.
You know, I think once they lie to you the first time, it's over. Because at that point, it's easier and easier to lie.
That's true.
You know?
I get you.
So she started off the whole relationship in a lie.
She didn't know, though. She had no memories.
It's not her. I mean, it's not her fault.
Yeah.
But at the same time, she should have been like, I don't know who I am.
If anything, Superman lied.
Superman didn't lie, but didn't tell the truth. He just stood there, which is almost the same thing.
Which is worse because, like, he let his cousin marry his best friend.
Wow.
Knowing that there was going to be problems going to happen.
I mean, he didn't know the power was
going to kick back.
Oh, he knew. You know the power was going to kick back?
No, like, there was a good chance. He could be like, hey, look, Jimmy.
Yeah.
This is what's going on.
Okay, a bro would have done that.
Yeah.
You know, bro, hey, you're going to marry my cousin. Let me know. She's fucking crazy, bro. You know, isn't that common courtesy? If you're gonna marry your best friend's sister, cousin, whatever, and he comes up to you and tells you, "Listen, I know you love her and you've only seen this side of her, but that was crazy, dude. Wouldn't you take that into consideration?"
I mean, but Jimmy would be like, "I turned into a turtle, like like I have my own fucking shit, you know."
On a weekly basis.
I have my own fucking baggage and shit. Like,
I could kill Superman 1 week. I could probably die the next. I don't know.
Superman could maybe marry a gorilla, and
I could be the gorilla.
Yeah. You know,
Jimmy Olsen lived an interesting life.
He did an interesting life.
Yeah. I think at this point, it's better off for Supergirl not to be with
him.
That's
why, whenever they give Jimmy a book, it's always like cool. Like it's always like especially that version of Jimmy. Like, when they do like oh no, the realistic Jimmy, I'm like, it's all right.
No, I'm always for that classic Jimmy. Always. Yeah. That's why. What was it? That Supergirl one.
Yeah.
Jimmy was the Manhattan Guardian.
Yeah.
I could see that happening, but at the same time, it was a long stride. You know, and he had to watch.
You had to watch.
You know.
The only time I remember I really liked was like Nick Spencer did a Jimmy book where it was like they introduced Chloe from Smallville into canon, and they were dating. Yeah. And then she was like, she left him for Lex Luthor's fucking mentee. Yeah. And then he was like, oh no, and then he was like having adventures and shit. And then like I remember it was fun.
Wasn't the mentee Pete?
No, it was like a dude. It was like it was basically like a mini Lex Luthor and shit. Oh, okay. And then like Nick Spencer brought that dude back when he was writing Supergirl. Right. That dude created an app, which the app was called Flyby, and the whole thing was like if you're out in the city and you see like Superman fly by, you're like oh, you could tag it and be like, oh, I just saw Superman, and you take a picture or whatever. And it was just like a weird app, you know. It was like
tracking him,
like a checking app, right? Like it was like, but yeah, then he was selling that fucking data to the fucking villains and shit.
Yeah, the tracking app. Yeah, that's what they do. Whenever you check into anything, that's what they're doing. Checking your purchases and shit.
Metadata
for the metas. Again, that's interesting. I love Jimmy Olsen.
Jimmy Olsen, the best. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we need.
A new Jimmy Olsen book?
Yeah.
Or movie?
Well, my friend, my Adventure Superman, it was supposed to be a Jimmy Olsen book, technically, right?
Kind of, basically.
The original one was, you know.
Yeah, kind of. I always had this idea of doing like if they were ever to do like a CW, like Connor, like Superboy show. And that would be fun, because I always thought like it'd be cool to have like, so Superman dies.
And take place in the 90s.
Yeah, in the 90s, right? Superman dies. And then Jimmy finds Connor.
Oh.
And he has like no memories, no nothing that, and then he just like he fucking takes care of him, and then like and then they realize, oh, he has powers, or he's like, oh, there's no Superman, you gotta fucking
you have to defend the world now.
And so Jimmy's gonna help him become Superman. Yeah. And like I always thought that'd be fun, like just be like
and then give him the jacket and don't call me Superboy, call me Superman.
But then there's the whole thing of like Jimmy knows the secret, and like he's like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about, like like right.
That's always classic. Yeah. That's always I guess. Then he puts a kiss on him and he forgets everything. Yeah, that could have been fun.
Yeah, because it'd be cool. Because imagine like you do your first arc and like now the city accepts him. Like oh, Superman's back, right?
Yeah.
And then fucking Cyborg Superman.
Superman. I was gonna say Eradicator, Steel.
And they're like, what the fuck is this? Like,
it's those 4 spin-offs, guys.
Yeah.
That would have been the first season, pretty much.
Oh yeah,
right?
Yeah. They would have to show up and then be like, oh, what the hell? Like
taking up the moniker with no Superman around. Someone needs to defend.
Hank Hanshaw.
Hank Hanshaw. Remember Hank Hanshaw?
Yeah.
He died.
So crazy that like they use that shit. Like, cause I was reading on the history of Hank Hanshaw, like, and there was like a story that was essentially like Fantastic Four parody.
And he was a pilot or something.
He was a pilot, right? And then his wife died, and so like he fucking hated Superman.
He let her die.
Yeah. So then they fucking brought him back as Cyber Superman, and it was like, oh, like 2 years later, some shit like that. And so it was one of those things where like it's like, who is this guy? Like.
No, you had to fucking pay attention.
You had to go back and like, yeah. Fucking Hank Hanshaw.
Well, he let her die if it wasn't correctly, right? Like,
no,
like
it's fucked up.
He didn't know, or
no, it's fucked up. So they get irradiated, right?
Yeah.
And so fucking Hank, he starts dying, like his body's falling apart.
Yeah.
And his wife falls into a coma, and then like then Hank is able to throw his consciousness into the machinery. Yeah. And he makes himself a new body, but made out of like fucking hospital equipment and shit, right? His wife wakes up from the coma, and he's like, "Oh, it's me, your husband." She's like, "Ah!" And she jumps out the window. Yeah. And she fucking dies.
There you go.
And he's like, "Superman, why did you save her?"
Yeah. Even though he was already. Yeah. Because he wasn't full eradicated.
No, he was just like made up of like computer chips and shit and wires and whatever.
Yeah. I remember that panel.
Yeah. Fucking Hank Hanshaw.
Kids love him.
Yeah. Bring him back.
Cyborg Superman.
That should be the next villain for the movie.
That makes too much sense.
Yeah.
Too much sense.
You know, that would have been cool. Like they would never fucking done it. But like I always felt like there should have been a Reign of Superman movie between BVS and Justice League. Okay. They just bring them back, right? There should have been a movie in between where like you do Reign of Superman, right? And then imagine fucking Zack Snyder's Cyber Superman. That shit would look crazy, right?
I mean, worth every penny of that.
That shit would look crazy. Yeah. And I always thought, it would be fucking cool, but he wouldn't do it because he's fucking Zack Snyder or whatever. But like, you do fucking Reign of Superman.
It would be Cyborg, just with Superman clothing.
Yeah. Okay. You do Reign of Superman, and then you do like, you get Henry Cavill to be the Cyber Superman, right? With the CGI and all that, right? Yeah. But then you get like fucking like Brandon Routh to be Eradicator.
Yeah.
You know, like you get like, and I'm like, that'd be fucking cool.
George Reeves is Marlon Brando.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And it's like you're like, oh, they're all Superman,
Yeah,
but they're not. Like,
you know, use his voice and his face. We CGI him.
No.
Like Tupac.
That'd be cool.
Marlon Brando.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. Christopher Reeves coming.
Christopher Reeves, bring him back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not?
Dean Cain is
because you're talking nonsense. Dean Cain. Who would Dean Cain be? Steel?
In blackface.
You know what? Dean Cain would be like an imposter Superman. You know, with a mullet.
A mullet. Like, wait, you're not Superman. You're too fucking
Dean Cain.
You're too Christian.
Too right wing.
Too right wing.
Leave him alone.
Weird ass Dean Cain.
Leave him alone.
He's a weirdo.
They all are weirdos. Dude, there's not one Superman that's not a weirdo.
That's true.
There's not one.
Yeah, that's true.
Henry Cavill, he wants to say that. He's the worst of them all.
He's kind of weirdo.
You know? Going all the way back to like George Reeves, who was an alcoholic.
Yeah.
They're weird.
They're weird.
Can't get a straight.
He used to give fucking people $100 tips in the fucking 50s.
In the 50s, yeah.
And he was like, "Go make your dream come true, kid." And I was like, "Dude, just give it away." That's like $1,000 back then, right?
Kids never seen $100 back then.
Like what?
You would buy a house with $100.
Yeah, right. Like one house, please.
One house, please.
We're gonna throw in a car too.
Wow, you have enough for a fucking family wagon.
Yeah.
Gosh. Yeah. Imagine being that kid. Or when like all the tycoons used to give you gold doubloons or whatever the fuck.
And throw coins at you, fucking quarters at you.
Yeah. Cool.
I ever tell you when I was a kid, we went to this event with the fucking Friars Club.
Good old Friars Club.
The Friars Club. And we went, and it was like a Christmas event, right? And I remember after they gave us all Mickey Mouse watches.
Neat.
Those watches with Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
And then that was like, they were like huge. Those were a big deal back then, right?
Yeah, because they were Swiss watches.
And then when we walked out,
there
was these old dudes, these old friars, and they were just handing out $100 bills.
Each one?
Yeah.
So like $1,000?
No. You only get one.
Oh.
But they were like standing at the doorways, and like you walk through it, and there you go. I was like, what the fuck? There you go.
The Friars Club.
And I went straight to comics.
Well, of course you did, my friend.
Like,
I wouldn't. 100 comics, please. 100 of your finest comics. They were in the little hats?
Yeah.
Gosh.
And then I was like, I remember I did that. They're like, oh. And
you know, you could be part of a Friars Club.
Probably good.
You probably, because you have that background.
Probably good.
You should do it.
Well, I tell you, my grandfather, my dad's side, Mason.
Oh, dude, you're an honorary Mason. You're in, dude. What the fuck? What are you doing here?
I don't want to be a Mason.
Why not? You get the Mason Gold, the fucking.
There's no Mason Gold.
You get all the insights in the Illuminati.
No, that's
you might get invited to the Grove.
No, Masons are like fucking. What do you call it? Like the religious organization, right?
No,
like a Christian organization.
No, Masons aren't that religious organization.
Yeah. They're kind of American Masons.
They're an offbeat of the Illuminati.
No, they're not.
An off branch of the Illuminati.
No.
Dude, the fact that you're denying it so hard right now it makes me believe you're already part of it. So I'm not gonna inquire anymore. It's cool that you are. Just let you know that it's really cool that you are.
I'm not.
It's cool that you are. I remember, I'm gonna say it on the video. It's cool that you are, man.
All right.
Okay. We established that.
All right. I'm not.
I'm just saying if you were to happen to let a guy know where the gold is hidden.
There's no gold.
I'm just saying the Freemasons are notorious for hiding gold in their walls.
That's true.
If I go to your house and I bring a couple walls.
Don't break the walls.
I'm just saying.
Don't break the walls.
Your dad might know.
He might. No.
I'm gonna tell him that you told me it's cool.
I'm not. Don't tell him.
Yeah, and then when he comes after you, I'll be like, breaking your walls.
Don't break the walls.
Where the fucking gold
Don't
is
break
at.
the walls.
Hey man, you're the one. You should have told me this.
There's no gold in the walls.
The more you deny it, the more I know there's more gold in the walls.
Horrible.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
So where's the gold?
I don't know.
It's alright. You're a Mason, man.
I'm not a Mason.
I don't want to join it. You know, just I want to be friends with the Masons.
I'm not a Mason.
You know? All right, I get it. You're not a Mason. Right, you're not a Mason. Right, air quotes.
Yeah. I remember in high school we were reading this Edgar Allan Poe story, and then I remember like I didn't get the joke, and then the teacher explained it. I'm like, oh, that's kind of funny. That one where he fucking puts the wall, he buries the guy in the wall
behind the wall,
and then like the guy's all drunk and shit, right? And then he's like, he looks at him, and he says like the Mason fucking, you know.
And they're both Masons.
No, he says it, and then he's like, oh, I thought you were a Mason, and the guy, and he just shows him the fucking the spear, because that's a mason.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's funny.
Well, it's a ruler and the little thing across it, right? Yeah.
But he just shows him the fucking the spear that he's fucking laying the bricks.
And he goes, oh yeah.
Masons.
Go figure.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's okay if you're not a mason.
I'm not a mason.
It's okay. We established that. Yeah. Just let me know where the gold's at.
No. Yeah, man.
Aren't you like a leprechaun? Like if I ask you about the gold, you're supposed to tell me.
No.
I gotta capture a mason and see if that's true.
No. My dad told me my grandpa on his side.
Yeah, then your dad's a mason too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna capture your dad and see if he tells me where the gold's at.
No. My dad's more proud of. He's part of the Sons of Italy. He's got a button and everything.
Something that's further away than being a mason.
Yeah.
All right,
it's
cool.
for the Sons of Italy.
Sons of Italy.
Yeah.
That sounds like a mafia thing.
Yeah.
Like the mafia mommy's gonna come out right now.
Mafia mama.
Yeah.
You need to do Making Part 2.
I saw that. I didn't click on it, but I saw that they're making by.
It's happening. Excited?
Yes. I don't like the fact that I like that first movie, dude. Like, what was wrong with me?
You loved it.
I did.
You loved it.
It took me back. It was like a 90s caper, like a 90s movie of some sort, you know?
You know what? I just watched it the first time, and it's like I was surprised. Like, this is actually pretty fucking good. Was it that superhero movie?
Superhero?
There was like those parody movies.
Like, right.
It's like Drake Bell and fucking Leslie Nielsen and Kevin Hart. It's actually pretty funny.
It's
like
Spider-Man mixed with it's a bunch of tropes.
Like it's silly. It has like those stupid like those parody movie like jokes there, but they're like there's parts are like this is like a legit superhero movie.
Yeah. Any part where Liam Neeson is hilarious.
Yeah.
He's wearing the green costume, right? It's a green costume.
Yeah, he's the hummingbird.
The something
like that. Yeah.
The green grasshopper.
Yeah.
Some weirdness.
And then the villain is Hourglass, and like he's dying from some disease, but he could take hours from your life and to extend himself.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's actually kind of cool.
Yep. I don't know if that was also like a Wayne's Brothers fucking movie.
No, it was one of those parody movies.
The scary movie, all those were like Wayne's Brothers movies. Yeah. And Liam Neeson, it was just like Leslie Nielsen. He's just the king of fucking parody. You know? The man used to walk around with a whoopee cushion everywhere he went. Because you never know when you might, you know, sometimes he'd be talking to him, and then all of a sudden, you know, that's what
there's a scene in it where she's like telling, like, it's the Aunt May character.
Yeah.
And she's telling, like, he's basically Uncle Ben, right? And she's telling him, like, you need to talk to him because, you know, make sure he's a good man, just like you. And he's like, well, I am a good man. She's like, yeah, that's why I'm with you. Not because you have a weird dick. Your balls are all shriveled up. And he's just like,
yeah. Solid movie, I'm telling you.
That's just funny.
And watch that, huh?
Yeah.
You never saw it?
I'd never seen that movie. Yeah. Like, I've seen clips of it. I remember, like, because I think it was like, is it like Tracy Morgan? He's like fucking Professor Xavier or some shit, right?
Yeah. Yeah. See, I remember watching that movie when it came out, like, on DVD later, because I had a phase of those movies, you know, scary movie, those Lampoon movies, Kentucky Fried Chicken, or Kentucky Fried Movie.
We're the Spartans.
Yeah, you were the Spartans. That was horrible.
Yeah.
I had a thing for those movies.
They're fun.
Yeah. Mind-numbing.
They don't make those movies anymore.
No. Back in those days, there were make-out movies. You go to the theater and make out with those movies. Why? I don't know.
There's a movie on Prime that's a parody movie that was like a super low budget. It's a Fast and Furious movie. I think it's called Go Fast or something like that. And this dude looks just like Vin Diesel, but he's just like real skinny and shit. Like, it's fucking hilarious.
Oh, his face looks like Vin Diesel, but he's And he's totally like this, but he's.
I was like, I kind of want to watch this.
Horrible. Yeah. And you're gonna watch it one day. You're gonna enjoy yourself. You're like, I want to see what these real Fast and Furious movies are.
Never.
All 9 of them.
No, can't do it.
That's like 18, 20 hours of movie.
I can't do it, man. It's too much Vin Diesel. That's too much Vin Diesel.
It's about family.
Yeah, I don't like Vin Diesel.
You want my family? You want my family? No. I'm my family.
It's too much Vin Diesel.
Hold on.
That's my favorite Vin Diesel right there.
Not I Am Groot?
No.
No, really?
No.
It's Hogarth?
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah. I don't tell you, man.
All right.
It's not a gun.
You know which is my favorite? Sea Sharks. Yeah.
You could do this. You could do that. He still had hair.
Oh. Vaguely, barely.
Poor Vin Diesel.
A lot of people say it's Boiler Room, man. Boiler Room, man. No, it's cool.
Yeah. That was a cool movie.
Had Vin Diesel.
And Seth Green.
Oh, yeah. Is it Seth Green?
Yeah.
I forgot who the short guy was there, but I think it might be right.
Yeah.
Or
Man on Fire.
I never seen that movie.
Yeah.
You seen that movie?
No, right.
I never seen that movie.
The fucking...
He was in a Knockaround, guys, right? No.
No, he was in that. Yeah,
he was in that one too. Seth Green was in that
Seth
one
Green,
too.
Well, maybe that was the one I'm thinking. Maybe he wasn't in Boiler Room.
No.
Seth Green.
Boiler Room is the one with like always.
Well, he's a stockbroker.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
You didn't believe him as a stockbroker?
Do you believe he's a stockbroker?
I'm just saying, like he fit the part.
Did he?
Douchebag.
Yeah, he's kind of a douchebag.
Yeah, fit the part.
Yeah.
You think I believe him? He's a Wall Street guy? No, I believe he's a douchebag.
Yeah, that's true too. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything coming in this weekend? Yeah.
It's already passed.
Tara's last week, this week. So the Jamathon.
Oh yeah, June 15th.
Which is the same week this is gonna come out.
June 15th, starting at 6
p.m. till
I think 8 or 9.
Midnight.
No.
Here we go. Next to midnight. Okay, we're having open mic.
Open mic. You can look at the social media for all the details at that point. Yeah.
So it's this weekend technically because this comes out this weekend.
15th.
6 p.m. No, bring your own snacks.
No
snacks.
No snacks.
Oh,
we're gonna have them.
Oh, we're gonna have the snacks. Oh, there. So bring me snacks.
Yeah.
And then buy some of our snacks.
Yeah.
And then you can sit down and watch some
musicians and poets and whatnot.
Oh, I love the whatnot.
Yeah.
Can I be part of the whatnot?
No, you can't be part of the whatnot.
Damn.
The bill's already filled.
Oh man. All raspberries. I was gonna do my famous ventriloquist act. Yeah. Combined with my marionette act.
Yeah, there you go.
And my ever loving karaoke. Oh well.
Sorry, man.
Next time. Maybe next time they'll put me in there. Yeah. Me and Mr. Fetus Vomit.
No,
a duet.
I'm sorry.
A duet.
Oh no.
Can we?
No.
Vicky, if you're listening to this, can me and Fetus Vomit do a duet? Oscar and I imagine a duet.
No, I think the city will
like Captain and Tennille.
The city will shut us down.
Anyway,
the fire marshal will show up.
And to anyone still listening, thank you very much. Have a good day, good afternoon, good night, and I'll see you this weekend.